Hey everyone, welcome back. It's that time of year. Lists are out for top 100 wines. The first one we're going to be talking about, Wine Spectator. We're going to dive into this, let you know what we love about this list, what we'd like to try, maybe what we've tried, and maybe one or two aren't even on our list. We're going to do this with Jaime. Going to have a good time. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Bottles and Bites Without Borders, where every sip and every bite tell a story. Rob is your host. Each week, he will take you on a delicious journey, from vineyard tales and distillery secrets to culinary traditions. So, grab a favorite drink, a plate of something tasty, and join us for another adventure with Bottles and Bites.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to talk 100 wines today. We're not going to get into all 100. But we're going to go through this list, hit some of the highlights, hit some key things that we think about this list, maybe about countries, about cost, about wines that maybe are underrepresented on this list, maybe a country that might be a little overrepresented on this list. And we're going to do all this with my man, Jaime. Jaime, back on the show. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I am unbelievable. How are you doing, Rob?
I'm doing good. Like every time we get together, there's wine in the glass. So I'm always smiling and sipping on something.
Man, same here.
Yeah.
Same here. I'm super excited. Always getting together, talking wine.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite subjects.
And who knows? It might be wine. It might be food one time. We might dabble into some bourbons. You're a bourbon guy a little bit.
Yep.
So,
and beer.
And beer. That can get controversial. I've been told, don't do beer shows. They will come at you. I guess beer for these beer nerds. We're wine nerds. But these beer nerds, I guess, are pretty sensitive.
Yeah, but there's great producers that should be
no
talked
kidding.
about.
No kidding. I just say we may go, that's a great producer, and then you're going to get bombarded with, you're full of crap. All that kind of stuff. I've been told anyway. I haven't done a beer show, but you might help me work up the courage.
Yeah, no. There's great beer out there.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Guinness being the best. That might cause some problems. See what I mean? That's my point.
Well, I mean, the good news is there's all these drinks. I mean, it's so subjective, and everybody has a favorite of something.
Sure. All right, today we're talking wines. We've got a list of 100 from around the world that Wine Spectator put together in this year's 2025's top 100. And lists are cool. We're going to have, really, there's two main ones that I usually review every year, the Wine Spectator and the Wine Enthusiast. I know Suckling does one and Jeb Dunning does one. But because these are publications, and I know all of these different lists have a group of people that do it, but these are the two that I think are more mainstream. People know and buy the magazine.
And they follow them. They have a huge following.
Yeah. So let's just talk real quick. Lists in general. What are your thoughts? When these come out, kind of what are you looking at it for? How do you dissect it? What do you, as you browse through it, what's your approach?
Well, I love these lists. I think there's some experts behind the scenes on how this becomes top 10, top 5, or number 1. So there's some great experts behind the scenes that are filtering a lot of this list. And I'm sure if you were to ever get a hold of one of those on your show, they would tell you that there's so many of them and the decisions were hard. So I really, really like it. I follow it. And when it does come out, I try to get my hands on it because you'll be surprised. And what I look for is those hidden gems, right? The value. Yeah. Of course, if you got a top scoring wine and it's, I don't know, over $500, could be kind of tough. But what I look for is maybe a sub $100 wine or sub 50. And those are the ones that that's what I comb the list for.
Yeah, absolutely. And you and I kind of have that approach in wine in general, that we're always looking for that wine that punches up, but maybe in that, a lot of times sub $25, but maybe staying 50 or less, where we think you can drink fantastic wines from around the world for less than $50.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to break the bank. Now, there's times where you go, I still kind of want to try that, and it's a few bucks over 50, or or you want to splurge and you want to try it. I think this list gives you those kind of opportunities too.
Yeah, it's definitely a guide. One thing that I will say though is there's also really great wines out there and great producers that are not on this list too.
Well, that's one thing I want to talk about, because let's just be real with people. They didn't taste every wine in the world when they put this list together.
Correct.
And if you ask my honest opinion, I'm going to tell you, is there any bias in this? Absolutely there is. And why do I say that? Well, this is an American publication. And the country most represented on this list is America.
How many were on there?
So from the let's
break it down.
Let's go by countries. USA leading the way with 33 wines out of 100. So
1/3.
33%, a third of this list is USA. France at 20 wines, Italy at 20 wines. And then you got to go to New Zealand for 5 wines. Or excuse me, let me jump back. Spain for 8 wines, then New Zealand for 5 wines. Argentina with 4, Chile with 3, Australia with 2, Portugal with 2, and then Austria, Germany, South Africa, all having 1 wine.
Wow.
Initial reaction?
I'm really shocked that the Southern Hemisphere had so little submissions. And that's the thing is what I don't know is where there are a lot of submissions and they just didn't make the cut or how did that come? Because there's so many wineries in the Southern Hemisphere.
Right? I'm wondering with this publication, with their coverage, do they cover, the states more than they cover Italy, France, Argentina? That could be part of the equation.
Right.
What I'll tell you something that did stand out to me. 10 of the 33 wines from the United States are from Sonoma. That's
really?
30% of that list, which I thought was pretty good.
Wow.
Sonoma doing some good stuff.
Well, yeah, it's a classic region, and they're famous for making so many great wines.
Yeah, so I will tell you as well, 70 of the 100 wines on this list are red. 27 are white, so red dominant, which I'll be honest was a little surprising to me just because we know over the last couple of years we've had this shift in people drinking, the tick of drinking white wine is going up where red wine consumption was going down. So I'm still a little surprised that there wasn't, I would expect red to still be dominant, but I thought we might see 35, 40 whites on this list, but yeah.
Well, and you think of the time this is published towards the fall, holiday season.
Are you telling me it's bias again?
All I'm saying is, I don't know.
They want them to go buy these red wines?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know the whole criteria on how they were determined.
We had 3 sparkling on this list.
Wow. See, that's kind of...
One of them being a champagne, one a Prosecco, and one in the traditional method style. And we had 1 dessert wine, which was a 10-year Tawny Port.
Well,
which again gets back 100 wines. You go, man, 100 in the world of wine. That's like not fair. It's like a grain of sand.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, Rob, is that I don't know behind the scenes, because I'm sure this wasn't an easy list, and I don't think they just work on it in the last 20 days. I'm sure throughout the year there's a criteria that there's a checklist. So, but I'm really shocked that there was so little sparkling.
The other shocker to me was quite a few Zinfandels on here.
Really?
I was like, look at Zinfandel representing.
All right.
Yeah. Thought that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's picking up on that, what do you call it when they're racing the cars, the draft.
They're just getting in behind.
Getting in behind. Yeah.
Take your foot off the gas, just coast. Yeah.
That's good. It's good.
Most expensive wine, you want to know the price?
What's the price?
$2.25.
Okay.
Least expensive wine? $13. If I had to ask you, which country do you think that $13 wine came from? What would Jaime say? Where are you going to get that kind of value for quality that makes this list?
I would probably say U.S.
Really? I didn't think you would say that.
I would say U.S. And the first place I was going to go is probably maybe New Zealand for
I'm going to tell you and you're going to go,
sure.
God darn it, Rob, I've been preaching this forever. Ready?
Ready.
Portugal.
Really? Man, that's another twist.
Red.
Huh. That's
Still
another
red.
That's another twist.
Yeah.
And
the only
reason
by that.
Well, and the only reason I said, US or New Zealand is for the mass production.
Oh, but would you think quality when you think mass production to make this list? top 100?
Well, I mean, there's so many great producers, like I said, that can make great wine, and there's nothing wrong with a $13.
I
that
agree.
Makes a list. But I was thinking, just because there's so much wine here that produced here, I thought it would be easier.
There's another one, kind of similar to that $13, just a couple bucks more, $15, and it's a Tuscany wine, a Toscana.
Okay.
I don't know it. We'll talk about it in a minute, but $15. I'm going, these are the things you and I, if it makes this list, somebody thought it was, that nice a wine, that well made, that it could make the list.
Right.
I'm impressed.
Oh, that's nice, because when you think about Toscana, Super Tuscan, these guys punch up easily 35 and up.
Yeah. The last little nugget I want to give you before we start kind of going through the list a little bit. The most expensive wine, $225. Where do you think its landing spot was on this list?
As far as the ranking?
Mm-hmm.
Top 25.
Nope. Last.
What?
Dead last. That's the perception,
Oh,
right?
wow.
That's our perception as consumers, at least in America. Most expensive, too. That's got to be top 10 wine. Is that
Right,
number one?
right. Well, and it's funny, people think because it's expensive, it automatically shoots to the top.
Yeah.
And the only reason I was saying top 25 and where I was going with that was, it's 225. Like right now, Burgundy is so expensive.
Yeah.
So I would say easily it's Burgundy wine.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what the wine is.
Well, let's talk about it. We'll start there at the last one, and then we'll go jump to the top and get back into it. Number 100, rated at 91 points, $225 is the suggested retail. This is Freemark Abbey, Cabernet Sauvignon, Rutherford Cabernet, the Bosch 2022.
Okay.
I know Freemark Abbey. I don't know this particular Cabernet Bosch.
Yeah, I think this is single vineyard Cabernet.
Let's see here. Yeah, it just says leads with a burst of open knit but persistent red and black cherry compote flavors. Mostly juicy energy keeps the fruit going, while subtle notes of cedar, iris, and iron peak through the understated finish. Drink now through 2035. 1,479 cases made.
Wow.
So,
and they give it about 10 years of cellaring.
yeah, which is not a lot.
No.
Which tells me the structure of this wine is fruit forward.
Yeah.
So, you want to jump up and talk about the top 10?
Yeah, let's get into that.
Okay.
Wow, 225. And it just
One I'll never look for.
Well, here's the thing though. Just think about it. Rutherford and Valley Floor, anything from Napa is going to be, the prices are creeping up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked that it's a Napa wine.
Right.
That's the most expensive on this list. But again, it's just those kind of things. I think, that law of diminishing return. Once I heard it hit a certain price point, let's just say $100 for easy math. Anything over $100, is it really getting that much better than that $100,
Right.
plane that I'm playing in? Something $300 a bottle. Is it noticeably 2.5 times better than a $100 bottle of wine? I haven't found anything that makes me go, yes, it is. So
good point.
It's an ego thing. It's like, I got this. That's me.
Well, I mean, you think
I'm
about
drinking Sassicaia.
I mean, those wines are. I'm not trying to be biased, and I'm just saying that I've had so many great wines, and there's a reason why that's that price.
Yeah, there's not a lot made, and a lot of people want it.
What comes from a certain, I mean, the terroir,
no doubt.
the aspect of the vineyard and the climate, everything is just coming together.
Yeah, to equate to a $100 wine,
Right.
and then they want to charge you $300 because it's limited and there's a cult following.
Right,
I'm just
right.
giving my. I'm crapping on this a little bit because I just think
Well, I mean, and I agree with some of that. I mean, just
100 acre. You think it's worth it?
how much is it? I haven't even seen.
Probably
this.
about.
It used to be $200-300. Oh wow, yeah. Not
DRC, $3,500 a bottle. Is it
There's-
that much better?
well. I mean, it is I mean, it is considered to have the
Listen.
perfect of all. If you were to do like
I'm throwing this out as a challenge. I mean,
Right.
I want people to hear this and say, you know what, I'm going to pour these for Rob and Jaime, and I'm going to show them how good these are. I'm down for that. Pour them for us.
Yeah, well, hey, please, if you're listening and you want us to taste them, please pour it for us. Being in that vineyard, like you said, DRC, I've been to that place.
Yeah.
And the slope, the angle, like everything comes together. It's almost like saying, is a Rolls Royce worth this? Is it that well, or is hiring a tailor to make your suit? Is it really worth $1,000 suit? I mean, everything is. There's a reason why certain things are a certain price, and I'm not saying that it isn't.
Yeah, no. And I'm just giving my perspective. I'm not telling somebody else. If you've got the money and you think it's worth it and you want to have those bottles and you want to share it with people, I want to be one of the people you share it with. I'm just not going to buy those. One, I can't afford to buy those. So in my mind, I can't want them, Jaime, because if I do, I'm going to go crazy. So I've got to sit here and act like they're not worth it. That way I don't, want these.
Yeah.
But by the way, if you have them and you want to share, let us know.
Yeah, there's wineries out there. There's wines that you've tasted. And you're like, okay, I understand now.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, and I'm not questioning that these wines are fantastic.
Right.
They are. I'm sure they're something that when you taste them, you're going to go, I don't know if I'll taste anything like that ever again. But I'm just not sure for that experience, for the cost for that experience in my world, is it justified to spend or chase, try to get on that list. A lot of times you have to have a commitment, right?
Yeah.
You got to buy so many bottles if you want to get one.
Yeah, if you want to get on a waiting list or.
So.
But I did meet, quick story is I met a guy and while I was overseas and we're looking at talking about our conversation, like, what about these top chateaus and stuff? And I asked him, I said, hey, what do you think is one of the biggest opportunities for someone that's learning about wine? What are the challenges? And he said, I just don't think that, those young Psalms or those in his learning journey tasted enough of those type of wines to really understand why they are who they are. And that was a great point.
No, I think that's a great
because I can't, and that's the thing. And I told him, I said, yeah, but most of us can't afford those bottles on a regular basis. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you get some, importer or distributor or whoever that wants to open those up so we can taste them, then, we'd love to. But, yeah.
Yeah. I love to be at that table.
Yeah. Let's start with the top 10. I'm going to go 10-1 just as we do the top 10. I think that's a little more fun. Number 10 is a Chateauneuf de Pape. This is Familia Isabel Ferrando, Chateauneuf de Pape, 2022, 94 points it scored, $108 a bottle.
I think that's reasonable for CDP or Chateauneuf de Pape. I think
2022 is a fantastic vintage too.
Yeah, and they're usually about $70, $75. And then this one here, I'm not familiar with this cuvee, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Number 9. Here's where I always struggle with this particular designation of wine. I don't buy a lot of them because I make a jump. Let's see what you think, Jaime. This is the Castello d'Ama Chianti Classico San Lorenzo Gran Selezione.
Okay.
2021, 95 points, $90. My problem is when I get to this kind of a price point on a Chianti, usually I'm heading over to Montalcino.
Yes, but if they're single vineyards, because that's the thing is,
well, all Gran Seleziones are senior vineyards, right?
Could be, and then what they've done is just another classification up,
a little more aging,
a
little more,
more restrictions and things.
Yeah.
So, I could see this in hovering around there, but remember, if this is the top of the line, and there's so many great Chiantis that are as powerful as a Brunello. Not all Brunellos are. How would I say? If you put them in a scale, you got a Chianti Classico, and here I'm kind of using my hands, but you got a Chianti Classico punching up, and then you're in this Brunello, and then they're here.
Oh, yeah.
Chianti can be in the middle of the pack of
You know
some
what? I think that's
Brunellos.
a fun show we're going to do. That would be a blind. Let's do a Chianti Classico Reserva we think punches up, Grand Selezione, and then a Brunello. Let's do a blind and see how we would rank them.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
I think that'd be a lot of
Because
fun.
I've even tasted some like Rosso de Montalcino, which are what they call baby Brunellos.
Yeah.
That punch so much above a Brunello.
And you can get those for $25.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are just the same grapes, the Sangiovese Grosso,
clones, yeah.
but they just, for whatever reason, didn't deem the quality to be a Brunello, so they make it a Rosso.
Right.
Right. I will say that Castello di Alma has a beautiful Chianti Classico and a Reserva. So, I mean, I know they make great wines. I've never had their Grand Selezione, but their other wines are stunning. So I'm assuming this is probably a fantastic wine. And I probably need to change my approach. It comes down to bucks, right? I'm always a little hesitant to pull the trigger on a $90. If I can buy two Brunellos for $50 each, I go, hey, $10 and I got two bottles, you know.
Right. Well, and then it goes back to those points. If it's in the top 10, why didn't it get 96 points? Why did it get 91 points?
You bring up a great point, and we need to talk about that real quick. Great job bringing that up, because people will look at this and go, hold on a second. How does, let's just take an example. Well, let's just say it, for example. A wine ranked higher has 92 points, and one 10 spots below it in the rankings. One at 20 has 90 points, or 95 points at 20. One at 30 has 97 points. You're going, how can that be?
Right.
They apply the points on a different scale based on the classification, the type of that wine, what in that style of wine that it should be. So it's not saying, when you see the points, don't think that $13 wine is better than that $225 wine in last place. That's not what they're saying by the point system. They're saying based in that category, that type of grape for that
the typicity
age,
of that
type of vine, whatever. Yeah. You could probably talk about it better than me.
Yeah, no. And that's the thing, is that could be, I wouldn't say it's misleading. I'm sure, like I said,
confusion.
I'm sure. Yeah, it could be
not intentional.
For the new people that are coming in, new consumer coming in, and they're reading this and they want to understand, and they're like, hey, everyone talks about this publication, and I'm going to use this as a guide for my holiday shopping. And then they start looking at it, and it could be some confusion.
Yeah. So just understand, when you see the price, that's going to be a better indicator of the quality of the grapes, the age of the vine, the amount of oak that might have been used, the different things. You've said it before, those components or the recipe to make that wine, not ingredients that you add, but the components to put it together.
Yeah, and then the age of the vine, and then how much juice is produced from these vines. So, yeah, there's so many factors.
Yeah. The next wine at number 8 is a Pinot Noir Fort Ross Seaview, Wayfair Vineyard from Wayfair, 2023, 95 points, $100.
Wow. Okay.
So
not familiar with those, with that one, but I mean,
Sonoma County.
Well, you said, most of the entries were Sonoma, and
you got
it goes
10
to
of
show
them.
you. Yeah, it goes to show you how the power of Sonoma.
Now, the number 7 wine, 94 points. This is a Barbaresco, 2021, $57 is retail price. This is the, how do you say that? The Produttori.
Oh, Produttori, Barbaresco.
Yeah. So this is a consortium.
Yeah.
That does fantastic. I bought a few of these from you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're the
I think
growers.
2020 though. Not
yeah,
20.
the producers and the growers are the owners of the organization.
Yeah.
But look at the price. It goes back to, what's the price? $50?
57.
57 versus the Chianti Classico, $100.
90.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
Talking about Nebbiolo versus Sangiovese.
Yeah. And well, you can get 2 of these. And that's the thing, is we usually get into that price point. I could buy 2 for 1, or I can buy, no, each one is its own, it's its own living thing.
It is. But man, when it's your money,
I know.
2 great bottles is, because it's going to be a great bottle, that Barbaresco.
Well, and like you said, it ranked, what'd you say, number 8 versus number 10?
7 and 8.
Yeah, so
7 and 9.
7 and 9. So you're like, hey, I can get 2 bottles of number 7,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah, because we tend to,
And it's ranked higher.
and it's ranked higher, so we tend to think we're walking out with a bargain.
Yeah. But again, not a single vineyard, to your point earlier, where the Grand Selezione is.
And they do make single vineyards.
Oh, they do on occasion,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
This one is not, though, which is interesting because that means it's high quality. Those are all high quality.
Everything on this list. I
Yeah.
mean, the Spectator does a great job of finding, because here's the other thing, Rob, is there's always producers on here that for us, even for me that's been in the industry for a while, has never heard of. So what does that do? It, kind of gives me this top 100 is like a license to hunt, seek, and find.
Well, let me see if you've heard of this producer. It's from Chile. This is number 6 on our list. From Chile, Close Apalta.
Great producers, been on the list several times in the last 10, 15 years.
This is 96 points. I don't know what this is. This is, I don't know what the grapes are in this. I'm guessing it's some type of a red blend, would be my guess. It doesn't say what the blend is. Made a lot of wine. Over 11,000 cases made.
Wow.
1,500 of them exported to different places. So, price point, what would be your guess?
110, 120,
170.
170.
Prices are going up.
Wow.
That's number 6, 96 points. Number 5 is 96 points. This is a Bordeaux blend from Saint-Emilion, 2022, 96 points. Chateau Beau Séjour Bicat. Know 'em?
No, I've seen them around. I haven't had that one recently, though.
$85.
Man, those, not being biased, hands down item worth seeking.
I would agree. Under $100, you're getting a top 5 wine. 96 points is a big number. I mean, again, that's subjective. That's, not objective when they give a number. But, it's hard to say you're going to love this wine. I don't care who you are. If you like red wine, if you like Bordeaux blends, you're going to like this wine probably.
Well, yeah, and it's Merlot base, right? For those that are like, well, we don't drink Merlot. Or,
Yes, you do.
You drink Merlot.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
A lot of Merlot. You just don't know it.
Yeah. But I mean, once again, look at the price point. And if you want to talk about price, right, in quality, look at all the other price points we just talked about. And how much is this one?
85.
$85 for a well-made, well-pedigreed Bordeaux.
Yeah.
And you're still shy. And I'm sure prices vary by state and things like that, but you're going to get a pedigree Bordeaux sub 100.
Yeah, I think you bring
That's
up a
phenomenal.
good point. We're seeing suggested retail 85. I can tell you it can fluctuate. Let's just say 10, 15 bucks more, 10, 15 bucks less, because a lot of the wines that I know on this list that I've seen around our market are typically less than what I'm seeing here, which is cool for us. But my point is that, you might find these a little bit less and be like, holy cow, I'm getting this for, $75 instead of 85.
And I'm pretty sure it's probably taken from an average. So when you go to like Wine Searcher, there's some that are higher and some are lower.
For sure. Yep. All right. Number 4 on our list is William Salem Pinot Noir. It's from the Russian River Valley. This is a single vineyard from the Eastside Road Neighbors Vineyard, 2023, $72. Another one I would look for, 96 points.
Yeah. No, and another
They're
iconic,
classic, though.
Yeah,
They're known.
super classic.
Yeah.
You have to have, this producer has to be part of your wine cooler, wine fridge, or cellar.
You don't have to buy, continuously buy these bottles, but buy one.
Yeah, you definitely have to try
another
it.
one, but buy one because they're the type of producer you need to try.
And then also, just because it's not on this list next year or any year does not mean you shouldn't look for these producers.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's just this list kind of highlights these producers.
Yeah.
The other thing is I'd say go buy them quick. because the prices will.
Oh, that's the other thing. When these lists come out, they're gone.
People know people are going to want them. They go, hey, just raise those all by 20%. You know?
Yeah, well, and sometimes these wines are already sold out when this list hits.
That's true too. And that's not necessarily because people got the list early. It's because a lot of these wines were released in 2022, and that's when, you know, there's a criteria for being able to grade. A certain wine has to have a certain amount of age on it. So like Napa Valley 2022s aren't qualifying yet for this list. 2023s. Next year, you'll see them on there. So.
Well, and some of these wines, these ratings have come out in previous publications. So this is not it isn't anything new.
That's right. Number 3 is Dry Creek Valley, another, what part of California? Sonoma. This is Ridge, Lytton Springs, Zinfandel, number 3. I've had this wine. I haven't had this vintage, but I love Ridge is one of they do with Zinfandel what I think should be done with Zinfandel. It's not this big, overripe, over-extracted jam bomb. They really restrain it. They put some finesse in it. I mean, Zinfandel can be so good when handled the right way.
No, you're right. They do a phenomenal job here with these guys. And that's just, what's the price point on this one?
$56. I can tell you, I get it in the 40s.
Yeah. No, you can find it. And they have different tiers.
Different vineyards.
Yeah, different vineyards that they kind of put it together. But these guys do a fantastic job.
The other one that I like starts with a G, like Geyser or something. But anyway, Ridge in general. You find, and I like their classic label. You know, they're not all. It's just all their labels look the same. You just have to look at where it's coming from, which vineyard, which area.
Because most of them are like Zin base if it's a blend.
Yeah, they do a lot of Zin. And this one's 76% Zin. So in California, it qualifies, being over 75 to be called a Zinfandel.
Yeah, they're phenomenal producers.
But it's interesting because it's got 76% Zinfandel, 14% Petit Syrah, 7% Carignan. How do you say that? Carignan. 2% Alicante Bouchette, 1% Mataro.
And that's something they just take.
And they're all in there for a reason.
And they're all in there. And that's what I'm saying is their winemaker's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And I could just picture him. He's being this mad scientist.
Absolutely.
And he's putting a little bit of this and that and tasting this. And I mean, what?
Going, nope, that's not it. Nope. That's it.
Yeah. What a fantastic job.
Bottle it.
Let's go.
Our only white wine in the top 10, if you guys haven't seen that there was a theme of all red so far, our only white wine comes in at number 2, 96 points, $100 a bottle, Sonoma Coast, Chardonnay from Aubert. Have you had this?
No, I've never had it.
No. Never heard of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know them?
I've always heard of them, and they're super allocated.
They are?
Yeah, for retail, more on-premise item. But yeah, definitely never had it.
Yeah.
Would love to, though. I mean, are you like saying that there may be one coming in near future, Rob?
Could be one in a tasting in the near future. Could happen, Jaime. You wouldn't push it away, would you?
Of course not.
Yeah. Because I think that'd be a fun blind as well to do. Would be Chardonnays from around the world. And finding specific Chardonnays because Burgundy's the standard. I think that most people would agree. That's the home of the grape. That's where it's done really, really well. But there's a lot of places, Sonoma being one of them. I think you can get down into Santa Barbara area, the Santa Rita Hills, and over there where they do some beautiful Chardonnays. You can get into Tasmania, does some beautiful Chardonnays, even New Zealand. I think doing some from around the world would be a lot of fun to do a blind and just kind of see how they all stack up.
And I think, like you said, Burgundy being in ground zero, I think Sonoma should be right there with them.
Oh, you mean on that tier?
Yeah, it should be on that tier. There's
really that's a big statement.
It is a big statement.
Burgundy lovers are going, oh, this guy's lost his mind.
No. I mean, look, Burgundy is still ground zero, and I'm not saying it should never be less than the first place you go. But I mean, there's some Sonoma producers that are, I mean, there's producers all through California. If you look for them, you will find a producer making exceptional Chardonnays.
You know, and I've got to change my approach. You know, I left Napa several years ago, meaning I haven't drank a lot from there anymore. And I've left most of California. I dabble a little bit, but mostly in Santa Barbara area because I do like the Pinots and the Chardonnays from there. I've got to get back into, especially with Chardonnay, because I've heard that up and down California, a lot of the producers who used to be, you know, more oaky kind of influence in their wine have taken a step back, changed their approach, or getting a little bit more in that old world style again, that Burgundian style. And I need to go explore a little bit more and see what's out there, because here's what's funny, Jaime. You know, you send me, I find a bottle of Burgundy and a white Burgundy, and I go, well, it's $65 a bottle. Yeah, it's got to be great. Let me buy it. And if I see a bottle of $65 Chardonnay from California, Napa, or wherever, Sonoma, Russian River Valley, I'm going, yeah, I'm not going to risk it for $65. I don't feel like my hit is going to be, you know, a high ratio, where in Burgundy, I think it will be. I think I'm wrong. I think that I'm probably at that price point. I think they're probably making a lot more really good Chardonnays in up and down the California area and on up into Oregon as well, than I think. And I need to go kind of revisit that.
Yeah, and also revisit, like, here's a producer, Chateau Montelena.
Love them.
They're not over oaky. They come across.
They did pretty good in 76.
Yeah, they did. And they're still doing good in 2025.
They're still doing pretty good. They make some good reds too. They make some Zinfandel. It's delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Revisit their Chardonnay. It's really, really
we may have to take a trip, you and I, out to Napa.
I think so.
Stuff. Yeah, that might be coming. Number one wine in the top 10, 95 points. You're going to know how to say this better than me. I butcher English language and foreign languages.
Oh, I do the same, Rob.
Chateau Giscours.
Or Giscours.
Giscours? Yeah. Giscours. 2022. This is from Margaux. $68. You charged me $69.99. I'm not sure why you're overpriced on this.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be. I was like, I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to remember.
Which vintage? Well, which?
2022.
Okay.
I need to look at which one I got from you, because I think they were, I want to say they were 2022s, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm going to take a quick look. It was 2020, Jaime.
2020. Still a great.
Great
it's what's a pedigree producer, so
you think I'll like it?
Oh, I think you're going to love it.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, and that's look. I say it like this, and for those listening, a great bottle, a great Bordeaux producer. Yes, you'll hear about vintages being challenged, or more cooler years versus others. But think about it. It's still going, when you put it up against another $150 producer. You will be shocked at the quality of this one.
Yeah.
Versus $150, $200, $500 Cabernet from around the world.
It reminds me of you telling me about Chateau Gloria. Kind of the same thing, right?
Right. Yeah. Chateau
not
Gloria.
Classified,
Not classified. The juice is classified, comes from classified vineyards. Chateau is not. And
bang for your buck.
Baby. Under $100. Are you kidding me?
Under 70.
Under 70. And you're like, $200 for nothing against a free Mark Abbey. But what I'm saying is when you're talking Chateau, Gloria, and then you taste these, everybody's in its own right.
But there's a place for everything. Yeah. It's just, where do you feel like you're getting bang for your buck spent? And that's how I shop. And I think that's how I think we represent, or at least I try to, how the consumer thinks when they got to spend their dollars for wine. Right. They want to know, where can I get a wine that when I drink it and I paid $30 for it, I would have paid $50. I don't want a wine that I paid $60 for and go, yeah, it's worth $60. I guarantee you, I bought some of that Chateau Gloria from you, $60 whatever dollars it was. I'm sure when I drink it, I'll go, I'd have paid over $100 for this. Because it's going to punch up. And that's what we want. We want wines. We expect it to taste worthy of the price that's on it. We want it to blow us away a little bit. I don't think that's unfair.
No. I mean, I just tasted $150. There was 2 wines that we just recently tasted. $150 Cabernet.
Yeah.
And then there was one that was an $80 Cabernet. And it was from Napa. And there was a few of us. And they asked us, which one would you prefer? And I chose the $70 one or $80 one.
Yeah.
I chose that one over the big one. Now, was the big one delicious? Yep. It was everything. But the inexpensive one, it just connected with.
Yeah. And style of wine matters, because Napa versus Old World, there's a different style. There's a different approach to the wine making. So, but I would say be open-minded to that.
You have to be open-minded.
Yeah. What do you say? You kind of pull the list up. I've got the list pulled up. Let's go through, maybe hit a few of the ones that intrigue us. We'll just kind of go through these and talk about ones that we think, pop at us for whatever reason. I'll start with, I'm gonna throw another, we just talked real big about the number 1 wine. I'm going to jump down to number 13 and say Chateau Talbot. Talbot? How do you say it? I would say Talbot. But,
Talbot.
Okay. Another one of those like we just talked about from St. Julien, 2022, $68.
And that was number which one?
13.
Got it.
Be worth jumping into and trying again.
They also make a white wine worth seeking out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a blend of Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there's a new appellation for Bordeaux, Haut Medoc, which there wasn't one before.
Yeah.
So I think it's with the 2025 vintage.
Very cool.
You're going to start seeing more whites coming out.
14 is the Chianti Classico Reserva 2019. I actually have this in the fridge.
This is a real okay.
Yeah.
So let's stop here for a second.
Yeah.
Chianti Classico Reserva, right?
Yep.
So a bit more alcohol, maybe 1%, a little bit more aging, right? To be called Reserva, $40. And then number 10 or 9 was a Selezione or Grand Selezione for $100 or $90.
Number 9.
So this one is getting 95 points. What did that one get?
95 points.
Okay. So they're both 95. One's 40, one's at 90. So I'm sure I've never tasted that one, but this one I have.
One. I've got a couple of these in the fridge.
Yeah, but see, this one is spectacular.
Yep.
Right? So.
And I don't pay 40 for it. I'll tell you, I'm in the low 30s here in this market.
Yeah,
so
I've seen it $30 to $40.
Yeah. So shop for it is my point. Mm-hmm. You may find these for a little bit less than what you see on this list, which is a great deal. As we kind of go through, tell me what you know about Rufino, this Reserva Ducali.
Mm-hmm.
You know this one?
Yes, and this one you see it in most. You see it in most
stayed
stores.
Away from Rufino.
Look, they're.
I always say this: if I don't like your entry level wine, I'm not sure I'm going to like something that you make higher up. Any winery I go to, I want my first pour to be something you make entry level. And if I go, that's delicious. Now I want to kind of go up your portfolio. Is that a fair approach?
Yeah, I can understand that, but it's an iconic winery. They've been around for a very, very long time. They're famous. There's a reason why they have far reaches in grocery stores and restaurants. So they really make great wine, and I would say this is really worth.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For $25, I definitely would say.
I need to look at that one then.
And then you've seen it in grocery stores. You're going to get it 10% off, 20%.
Yeah, you buy 6 bottles, you save a little money. I will say this is number 17. Let's go to 16. This is a Pinot Noir from the Willamette Valley, $40. This is somewhere I need to. I went to a master class. When we did the rodeo judging, they offered a master class because that was a featured region this year, Oregon, and I learned a lot. And I got more familiar with kind of the AVAs, kind of the lay of the land, how they're laid out in Oregon. I'd never really kind of dove into it. And we drank some beautiful wines at this class. And I look at some of these and I go, $40. That Pinot Noir. I mean, Pinot Noir in general, you think it's going to cost more money. That grape. Some of those were steals. And some of these, I'm going, $40. There's no way I'm going to be disappointed. This has got to be really good.
Yeah, well, at 40, you think about some of the Oregon Pinots, you're going to find some in that 20 to 30. But then it skyrockets to 65 and 70 for an average great producer. I've never heard of this one here, but I'm definitely would be interested in
this is what makes this list fun, right?
No, that's what I'm like. I've never heard of it. Yeah, it's a license to hunt for sure.
Plus, at the at the rodeo judging, I was on a panel where we did Oregon Pinot Noir, $42 to $68, and I got like 38 of these in my flight. So I was
you were a happy camper.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I got to explore a little bit more. So some more reasons to go. Yeah, I need to go check these out. Let's jump to number 18. This is Diatom. This is a Chardonnay from Santa Barbara County, 2024. This one interests me a bunch. $25.
This one, here's you're gonna be shocked. I just brought this one in.
Did you really?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's the same vintage.
Okay.
So
you need to check.
For the Chardonnay. That's what I'm saying. When you see these lists, I'm like, wait, just got this one.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm curious.
I was at the store yesterday and I saw a few of these and I go, let me pull a list out. Ooh, this is the same. So yeah, I got to pick it up. I'll tell you a couple I got. As we go down through here, anything else kind of stand out to you? Pinot I know is a really popular Willamette Valley Pinot Noir. I've not had a lot of their wines, but I hear everybody say it's really high quality. $60.
Yeah,
it's number 19, 94 points.
Yeah, this is another staple. You can't go wrong with this wine. But once again, this is that price point that I was talking about, right? You got $40 for a producer I've never heard of, and then you have a iconic producer like Pinot and they're $60.
Yeah.
So to me, is when I think of high quality Oregon Pinots, I expect to pay $50 to $75 for
exactly
a great Pinot.
Let's jump to number 24. This is 91 points. This is one that interests me. It's 2023. It's by Dry Creek, which is also going to be Sonoma. But the grape intrigues me because when I think about this grape, Jaime, I'm going to Loire Valley or I'm going to South Africa.
Right.
So now I'm curious. This is Chenin Blanc.
It goes back to what I was saying. You're having more and more winemakers that are, I call them traveling winemakers that are doing interns around the world, and they're playing around with different grapes that you wouldn't find in a normal region. So they're trying different things, and they're realizing that we didn't grow this before, but it does really well. We got the elements.
Yeah.
And although they're really famous for their Fume or Fume Blanc, it's interesting to see this one. And I think I'm going to try this one.
Yeah, $18. I mean, that's what I'm going. It's worth the try. And to your point, that's the cool thing about, you see this in California and a lot of New World places. They don't have these, traditional restrictions on what grapes can be grown in these regions. The winemakers, the owners of these properties can plant and do what they want and experiment and try. Where when you go to the old world, most of the old world countries have rules. These are the only grapes allowed to be grown in Burgundy or in Bordeaux or in the Rhone Valley. So, when you think about the U.S., that's where you can explore and have a little more fun.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job.
Absolutely. I want to talk about, and you jump in if you have one that you want to talk about. If you see something. 25 is a great producer. I love this producer. This is a Chianti Classico Reserva 2020.
Once again,
$29. And I love this producer. They make some beautiful wines. I really like them. They make a really good Brunello as well for a reasonable price. But then you jump over to 27.
I know, that's where I just stopped.
Yeah.
So once again,
my wife's been drinking this wine for like 10 years.
They do a phenomenal job. They got amazing Cabernets. They just do a fantastic job. And it goes back to what I said before. This Chenin Blanc Viognier, right? You just talked about Chenin Blanc.
From Pine Ridge. Go ahead.
Yeah. But, did I? I didn't
We
know.
hadn't said that yet. Pine Ridge is the producer. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Chenin Blanc Viognier. Now, who would have thought that blending these two grapes, right?
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a great combination. So they have been on, you cannot have a shop without this wine.
Oh, yeah. And we're seeing $16 on this list. I'll tell you, I buy it sometimes $10 or less.
Really?
Usually $12 or less.
Wow.
Yeah, different shops, different. Sometimes it's like $10.99, but you get it 20% off on a special, or get 10% off. You're paying $9 something for it.
Yeah. If you're gonna have if you're gonna have a party, get together, whatever, you got to have some. I mean, this is definitely a crowd pleaser.
100% agree.
Everybody's gonna like this wine.
Yeah, and a great price. I mean, really delicious wine. And again, been around for a long time. My wife's been drinking that for more than a decade. Anything else jump out at you? I mean,
I'm going. Yes, I'm going. Yeah. Please, you keep going. I'm just.
So number 31. This is where we need to talk a little bit about, instead of Chianti Classico, there's some other regions that are designated in Chianti region in Tuscany, and Chianti Rufina is one of them.
Yeah.
And this is their Reserva. This is a wine I have. It's still on the shelf here. $20, 2022. You've had this.
Yeah, this is a great producer. They own the majority of this area, or sub-appellation. Well, I won't say own, but they are one of the. There's only a handful of producers out of this sub-region, but once again, it's classic. If you read books, any wine books that you're using for studying or anything, will have this producer as you must try.
Yeah, they make some great wines, and my point in kind of bringing this one up is, don't let Rufina scare you. And it comes back to Rufino, where people give that kind of a bad knock. Don't think there's any association. There's not.
No, totally
so
different.
when you see Rufina, what's the other one? It starts with an E that's in that region, L something. Anyway, there's a couple other regions in Chianti. Seeing those labels, they're still worth the try, is my point.
Yeah, because Chianti Classico, it's its own. So, most people associate Chianti Classico as being the highest quality. Yeah. But no, you're seeing it right here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. The next one that kind of jumped out to me, Jaime, was number 34. Love Santa Barbara. I've kind of said that a couple times. I talked about Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, but they also do some great wines with the Rhone varieties. And this is a GSM blend 2023 from Frequency, and $36. That's one that will be on my list to try.
Yeah, and I've never heard of this producer, but yeah, GSM's from the Central. Yeah, you think about Topless Creek and some of these other producers. So yeah, these are definitely worth seeking out. But once again, license to hunt, right?
Absolutely. And that takes us to 36, wine number 36, which takes us up north into New York. New York has a wine on this list. This is a Ravines Riesling from the Finger Lakes. It's a dry Riesling 2022, $21.
Definitely, this is an area where I need to spend some more time in.
Yeah. They make some beautiful Chardonnay, Cab Franc, Pinot Noir. We had a trip planned. We had to postpone it. But yeah, I love the Finger Lakes wines. I don't think they get enough love. Been around a long time making wine up in that region. We need to, maybe we'll do something with that. All right, as we continue down this list, anything else stand out to you? Another Zinfandel on the list at 39 from Hartford.
Yeah, another
Russian River Valley.
Another great producer there.
You know them? I don't know them.
They're a part of the Jackson family.
Oh, okay. They own the world.
They do a good job.
They own most of Australia now. They do a really good job.
Number 40, Rimiluri.
I don't know them.
Yeah, they're from Rioja.
Oh,
and
okay.
That's really, really good.
That's a Reserva. $56. 2016. I'll say Spain is the best country to go to. If you want wine with a little age, Spain, you can get some great. What is your thought? And this might be too deep a question, but your initial just reaction to the amount of oak Tempranillo puts on their wines. Necessary or not necessary?
Not necessary.
That's what I think. Yeah. I think they could kind of pull back.
Well, and I think the classic bodegas are, I think they're taking a look at that, and they're trying to provide a little bit more fruit forward wines and stuff.
Yeah.
But they do.
It'll be fun to see how they kind of pivot and what they do with their wines over the next few years.
Yeah, and you're starting to see some Riojas coming out that are just fruit forward.
Yeah. 42 is a good one to mention. 93 points. Ravenswood. I would say this is the OP, the OG, I should say, the OG of the Zinfandel winemaking in California. Also Sonoma wine, but again, and I mentioned it early on, Zinfandel is being represented this year. I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, when Dry Creek is another great place for Zins.
Yep.
Number 44 is pretty cool too. This is a
yeah.
Central Otago.
For
Pinot
people who
Noir.
don't know, where is Central Otago?
New Zealand at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Some of the most southern vineyards are there, which is pretty amazing. And I've had Burn Cottage several times. I just don't remember this one. But once again, don't just get caught up in, one place, Burgundy or Sonoma or Oregon, New Zealand.
I would also say don't get caught up in this vintage. If you go, I found Burn Cottage, but they don't have the 2023, they have the 2022, buy it.
Yeah.
The profile's going to be so similar. I mean, these are going to sell out. These might be more expensive. This is $50 right now. The 2022 might not be that much. So,
Well, and then they have other, every winery usually has like an entry level.
Yeah.
So look at those, and the entry level is not $50.
That's a good point too.
Yeah, you can try that one. Now take a look at number 45, the next one.
Well, this has been on a shelf in a store out here in Katy for the last couple of years, and I have not pulled the trigger on it. And I believe it's the same vintage, 2022. The price here is $85. I see it on my shelf for $70. Tell everybody what it is, Jaime.
Hey.
I love this producer.
Yeah, Castello de Monsanto. And, this is a single vineyard Chianti. And, once again, goes back to, what did we say, number 9 was a Chianti?
$90.
$90.
A Grand Selection.
And it was 95 points. This one's 97.
Yep.
And like I said, we don't know how the 97 to 95 to 91.
This is where it surprises me because now we have two wines that should be graded on the exact same scale, right? Because they're both Grand Selection.
Yeah. And this one actually got a higher rating, 97.
Less money, but it's 34 spots down.
Yeah. Didn't make the top 10.
That's a little, I'm going, okay, why is that? What was the difference?
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, another great wine, great producer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Go to 47.
Thank you. I love this. I think this region needs to get more love. I think for about 4 or 5 years ago, I thought it was starting to grow and some traction with consumers really liking these wines. But here, the last year or two, it's kind of died off again, almost like Pet Nat.
Yeah, and St. Combe, I mean,
great producer.
Gigondas being a village from the south or southern Rhone. I mean, these guys are always in some type of publication with some awards, and they make phenomenal wine. Even their Côte de Rhone,
I was just going to say
is
that,
just amazing.
Yep,
$65 for a nice, and this is a GSM, right?
Yep,
Grenache Syrah, but $65.
Yeah, I think you can get some great value. I mean, and for people who don't know, this is to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Jaime, I put this in the category with a Chateauneuf.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
But I mean, once again, it's just not a great bottle of wine for $65. It's an unbelievable bottle of wine.
65, and it could be $10 less in your market, so go look for it.
Yeah, especially.
And then go to 48. The price on that one.
This is the $13 one you were talking about?
This is the $13 one.
Yeah. Symington, producer of port. You know what? Talking about Douro, where port comes from. So you can make sweet wines or port, right? You're making basically a wine and then you're adding a neutral spirit, right?
Yeah.
That's how you make port. So if you can make a port and you're using wine, right?
You're already making a wine.
You're already making a wine. So please be on the lookout for red wines from Portugal in the Douro or Dow. And you can
great
get some
value.
Great value.
This is an example of that.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. This is just one of many gems.
If you've heard us on the podcast, we mention Portugal a lot because it's really up and coming. And like anywhere else, when it catches on and gets popular and more people want it, these prices aren't going to be $13, people. So go out and get these now. Start enjoying and drinking and putting a couple in your cellar because in 5 years or so, you're going to look back and go, man, remember when we used to get that for $13? Now it's $33.
Yep.
So it'd still be a good value at $33.
Well, I mean, you think about like even in the there's another region that you should find red wines from Portugal. Of course, every region produces, but some of the ones that you can probably find is Douro, the Dow, DAO, and then Alentejo, a little bit down south, and they're making phenomenal wines. And then there's a producer out of Alentejo called Esporao.
Yeah,
and you can really find Esporao in a lot of fine wine shops and in a lot of places.
Interesting. I do want to talk about 49 too, because this is the only wine from South Africa. It's 91 points, and again, this is the grape I love, and this is a producer that I think you would agree we love, Stellenbosch.
Mm-hmm.
This is Chenin Blanc.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, I'm thinking of other producers that didn't make this list, but it doesn't mean they don't make great wine. So Hamilton Russell or Storm Pinot Noirs and Chardonnays and
what's the producer, the famous one with an M?
Molyneux?
Yes.
Yeah.
They make some great wines.
They made from Swartland. I mean, there's so many great wines here.
This is an Old Vine Reserve 2024 for $21. Put it on the list, Jaime.
Oh man, yeah, but 91 points.
Yeah.
So
now let's jump to 50. This is a 94-point wine. This is a Mendoza. I'm guessing this is probably Malbec.
Yes.
This is a
high
Cheval de
altitude.
Andes. Yep, in the mountains, the Andes Mountains. I'll be honest and tell you, I'm curious. I kind of want to try one of these.
You won't be disappointed. And yeah, high altitude. I mean, Argentina. That's a whole nother episode where we can talk about how Malbec and why it's what it is. And Argentina does a phenomenal job with them.
I will tell you that number 52 has been on the list a few times in the last few years, and the price shows it.
I was going to say, wait, I saw the label. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty expensive.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive.
But once again, these are wines worth cellaring because price keeps going up.
For sure.
And who knows, in 5 years, 8 years, these bottles may be $200.
But I would say, understand your palate. If you don't like tertiary notes, if you've had some wine with some age on it where that fruit starts to soften and those tertiary notes start to kind of be more dominant, if you don't like that, be careful about just aging a wine. It gets better to a lot of us, but it's better in a different way. The fruit's going to kind of start to soften a little bit.
Yeah. No, totally. And then look at 54. And the only reason is because this is an iconic producer, but Saint-Cyr's on fire. Everybody's wanting to drink Sauvignon Blancs, which is good. But
coming back, Sauvignon Blanc.
And it's $40. So if you can, Saint-Cyr's creeping up, but if you can still get some really great wines of Sauvignon Blanc.
Absolutely. What else catches your eyes as we go through here?
When you go to 55, this producer here, the Milano Canubi, is one of the most famous crus from Barolo. I
didn't know that.
And these things will last forever.
Really?
Yeah, these guys, it's a phenomenal wine.
Me talking to you about, the aging of wine and where you like to drink it, where do you stand? Do you like an aged wine?
Yes.
Do you like a fresh wine? Do you like both and you just kind of can take it for what it is?
I like both, but there's wines that, it's almost, it's better if you just let them sit on some of them, and some you just open today.
Yeah. Some are built to be open today.
Yes.
But there's some that can be, you think about a wine that can be laid down for 25, 30 years. But the drinking window might start where you have a drinking window of 20 years to drink it.
Yeah.
You can start now, but it'll go for another 20 years.
Well, and that's the thing is like, no one wants to buy. I don't want to buy a wine that says I can't drink it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to find a wine that's 10, 15 years old. But I think if you're going to get a wine, drink it, start building your cellar, start drinking them 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And just check out how they're evolving.
Well, and I also tell people when you buy that one that can age 20 years, put it in the back of the cellar. So if you forget about it, it's okay. Don't put the one that you're supposed to drink in 3 years in the back and you go, oh crap, man, this one's 7 years old now.
Yeah. Well, you'll realize as you start collecting and cellaring wine that you can't drink them as fast as you're collecting them. So they'll sit back there for a little bit and get
Watch me,
nice
honey.
and juicy.
Watch me. You challenging me?
Challenge, yes.
No, you're right though. You do find that you collect them more than you can drink them. Number 63. How does that one hit you? I'm curious.
63.
This is Baramban. Baramban from Bodegas Alto Moncayo.
Moncayo?
It's a Grenache Tempranillo blend. This is from 2022. $27. I want to try it.
Yeah, it's kind of on that Eastern Central. I don't know this producer here, but given where this is from, yeah, definitely a little bit more riper. Grenache it had a lot of Grenache, so you're going to have a lot of red fruit, but it gets warmer in this area. So I see this kind of being similar to like Chateauneuf du Pape.
Oh,
a little bit more riper and fuller.
So I'm thinking the Grenache here isn't that bigger. Grenache.
No, I would say it's big. It would.
You would
big.
think it's big?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering because Tempranillo is already going to kind of be big.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going, okay, is this big on big or is this that Grenache that's going to soften out that Tempranillo a little bit? But big on big.
Yeah, I would say, but not in an uninviting way.
Okay.
Right.
I want to try it.
Yeah.
This is one that I'll put on the list.
There's some other big producers. Alto Moncayo.
Yeah, I know them. They make some big Grenache.
Yeah, so just think this is the same area.
Okay, so it's going to be big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full body.
Yep. All right, what next jumps out at you? We're getting through this list pretty quick. And again, these are all ones, we're just giving you our kind of what we are interested in, kind of hoping this will be something that you might be interested in as well. And by the way, go to Wine Spectator's website. You just Google Wine Spectator Top 100 2025. It'll take you right to the list. Pull it up. Have it pulled up while we're talking about it, while you're listening to this podcast. And follow along with what we're talking about. Look at some of these lists. And hit us up in social media. If we skipped over one and you went, hey, dummies, you missed a great one, hit us up. Let us know what that was. Because if we're missing something, we're not telling you we're perfect. Jaime's the expert. I'm just a casual drinker.
No. I'm learning just like everyone else. You're always looking and getting excited.
That's right. We would love to go back and try something and check it out. So let us know. But what do you see, Jaime?
Go to 75. I've always been a fan of Sicily. So here from this producer, Grazie, is I believe, this is a rosé. So this is a great producer. So I'm curious about a rosé making this list at 91 points.
So do you think this is Nerello Mescalese?
I would believe so.
I would think so too. If it's an Etna, right?
If it says Etna, yep.
That I'm interested in as well. That
would be pretty cool.
Do you know anything about this or what the process is?
No.
I'm wondering if there's some skin maceration, if it's got a little oomph to it.
Yeah, I would believe so. It's pretty cool.
Jump to 78. Do you know this producer?
No.
I was trying to figure out where this is. It's Pinot Nero, which tells us it's Italy. But I'm wondering where. My first thought takes me up to like Alto Adige or somewhere where it's a cooler climate to get Pinot Noir.
I believe this is Lombardy.
Oh, it's Lombardy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because their appellation of Otrepo Pavesi is for this. They also make some sparkling with this as well.
I do like the Pinot Noirs that you can get in Italy. I think that's another grape that a lot of producers do well.
Yeah. Called Pinot Nero. Just
Pinot
like it
Nero.
is here.
Yep. And people don't, when you think Italian, you don't think I'm going to look for a Pinot Noir, Pinot Nero. So I think it's something that just be mindful of. It might be something you want to try sometime.
Ooh, here's a cool one.
Which number?
This is super esoteric, number 80.
Okay.
So Foradori, or owned by Elizabeth Foradori. And this is a unique white wine. I don't remember much about it. We do carry their rosé and their red, but I did try this one. I did try this wine, and this was really, really great. But this is another chance to try a great wine and a great producer. If you want to step outside that comfort zone,
That's what the world of wine is to me and you, and that's what we try to get other people to jump on board with if you're not already doing it. And if you already are doing it, great. But it's that journey. It's that exploring. Go out and, don't settle and get comfortable. The world of wine's got too much to offer just to be like, all I drink is, this red and this white. Buddy, you're missing out.
There's so much. And I know that sometimes the concerns is what if I pay $50 and I'm disappointed or it wasn't my style.
Yeah.
I think when you go to your shops or wherever you shop at, you never know. There's usually wine demos going on. Try the wines. I mean, most of the time you're getting an ounce or half an ounce to taste.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, Rob, is that sometimes in the store we'll hand out samples and people are like, well, I'm driving right now. And that's, I'm not.
You talking about bottles? You hand out bottles?
No, handing out samples like little bitty
not a whole
tasting
bottle.
samples. No, I would love to.
I'm like, hey, I'd like 9 samples, Jaime. Let me get a bag over here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and as you're handing out these little tiny samples for you to kind of just
Little sip.
a little sip. And, we're not handing out full glasses. But I think when people say they're driving, and don't get me wrong, we don't want anybody driving under the influence. But sometimes a little sample is just
yeah, it kind of gives you an idea of what this wine is. And it's nice to be able to do that if you're kind of curious and interested in that bottle.
Yeah.
To get a little sip and go, hold on, I like that. Let me go ahead and get 9 bottles of that.
And it's another way just to take the guesswork out of bottles that, maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone for pricing.
Yeah, that's true too. That's a great point because you go, I don't know if I want to spend 50 on that. Then you try it and go, you know what? I do want to spend 50 on that. I mean, give me 9 more bottles.
Yeah, there's
you're not liking the way I'm selling 9 bottles at a time.
Yeah, or maybe 6 or 12. Let's do them in cases.
Let's jump to 86, 87.
Dr. Lucen, number 86. Nice.
This is the only German wine in the list.
Oh,
great producer.
So many.
Yeah, I think, if you haven't had a lot of Riesling, and by the way, you always say there's a bad rap on Riesling. Go ahead and tell everybody what it is.
They are not all sweet.
Yeah.
And there's great Rieslings. Another thing that we talked about, Pinot Noir from around the world. Well, Riesling's the same way.
Yeah.
They make great Rieslings.
But again, places. When we talk about Burgundy being the home of Chardonnay, when you think Riesling, this is the home of Riesling. You need to go to Germany and explore some different styles of Riesling there. And it's a little confusing, but I will tell you this the style is called Cabinet. And this is kind of mostly dry, maybe a little off dry, a little residual sugar, which is not a bad thing. I think this is a good place to start if you've been drinking that sweet Riesling and you're trying to get into what the grape Riesling can be as a more dry version. This might be a good kind of transition wine.
Well, and the thing too, the Rieslings, they just, because it's naturally high in acidity, it does last a long time. So it can age. So, you're not in a hurry just because it's white. We got to drink them or we got to get rid of them. Nope, they do well aging.
Absolutely. And then 87.
Not familiar with this guy, but just being from Chateau du Pape, it tells me, hey, we could be playing around with some really good stuff here.
This is great. I've got several of these.
This producer.
This producer in the fridge. Well, it's pop one. I don't have the 2022. I think mine are 19s and 20s.
Is there a way to just taste it right now to see if it?
If you want to, I'll mess it. I'll open it for you. I don't mind. And this is $65. It comes in at 93 points. Again, Chateauneuf-du-Pape, I try to live around that 50 and below a lot of times, but there's certain styles of wine or regions for wine that you bump up a little bit. You make the exception. Bordeaux might be a region. Burgundy might be a region. Chateauneuf-du-Pape is definitely where, you're not going to be disappointed if you spend an extra 15, 20, $25 for a Chateauneuf.
Well, and there's so many variables. Some use a little bit more Grenache, some use higher dose.
Yeah.
Blend of several grapes.
And if you don't know, this is the Southern Rhone. For people who may not know, there's, Rhone Valley. Some people go, it's one region. A lot of people I know go, it's 2 regions. It's the North and the South. So where do you stand on that?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Where the North is predominantly Syrah.
Yep.
And the South is predominantly Grenache.
Yeah. So, anything else? We're making our way. We're almost done, folks. We're getting through most of this list. I do want to talk about 93 because I think this is a grape that needs to get a little bit more love. I don't think it gets the love it needs to as far as the quality of wines you get from this.
93. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. I had to look for it a little bit. Okay. Yes. This is another one that gets lost in the shuffle.
It gets lost. And in this region, too, because this region, we're in the Loire Valley in France. This region is, you talk about one of the greatest regions in the world for a diverse range of wines that you can get that are on a high quality. The Loire Valley is it, man. It might be my top kind of value wine region where you get, quality to price ratio with a diversity of different wines for one region.
No, totally agree. And you should. I mean, think about red, white, rosé, sparkling, dessert wine. Everything can be found here.
Yeah. And talk about this grape. We haven't said it yet.
Oh, Muscadet. Yeah. Just until recently, I didn't know that it wasn't born here.
That it was Bourgogne.
Yeah. Well, that it was brought by the Dutch for distillation.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was like, oh, wow. That's what I'm saying is like, as you dive into learning, right? And I consider myself a student, and I think I'll remain a student for a long time. When you dive in and you learn different things. So Muscadet, definitely from this part of the Loire, closer to the Atlantic.
Made for seafood, can get the salinity in it. I mean, it's like you're sipping on the ocean while you're having this.
And what pairs better with when you talk about seafood? What do you what food are we thinking of?
Oysters, I'm going.
Oh, oysters for sure.
Yeah. What do you go?
Oh, I'm saying oysters.
Yeah. This would be beautiful.
Oh, this
you want to do some mussels or something too?
Oh, yeah. Any kind of shellfish for sure. Yes.
Absolutely. So I just think that's a grape that too many people think about Muscat. And is it the same grape or is it
different?
I thought it was a different grape. So they automatically assume, again, sweet, where Muscadet is not that.
No.
It's a beautiful wine.
Well, and Rob, just like any region, you're going to taste some wines that are okay, some are going to be good, and then some are going to be great.
Yep.
So you will find Muscadet on some shelves, $10, $12, and you may not be a fan of them, but there's great wines. Keep searching, and I'm not saying it. Keep spending money until you find it, but just know, talk to the somm on the floor. Talk to the guy on the floor that can provide a little bit of guidance. I'm sure there's just so much good wine out there.
Well, I think you bring up a good point that, I always say to people too, Jaime, which is don't drink one wine from one region. Like say, hey, I'm going to go try a wine, Sancerre or a Sauvignon Blanc. If you don't like it, don't judge the whole region on that one wine, that producer, that vintage, because just drink at least 3 or 4, and I guarantee you're going to hit probably at least 50%. And then you're going to kind of know your profile, and you're going to be able to find producers who are making wines in the profile you enjoy, and you're going to be able to shop a little better for what you want for your palate.
Right. Well, and like you just said about Sancerre, to piggyback on that, like Sancerre, right? Sauvignon Blanc. But there's some appellations that make great Sauvignon Blancs close to Sancerre that are just as good. And for example, Sancerre. Then there's another little town or village appellation called Manoutou-Salon.
Yeah.
They make Sauvignon Blancs as well. Now it can't be called Sancerre, but they're just as good.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like Vouvray. There's another one. Mont-Louis is another appellation where you can find Chenin Blanc, and there's some stars there. But I really want to go to number 90.
Okay.
So this guy right here, Chave, makes phenomenal wines. In this northern Rhone, because you were talking about the northern Rhone.
Okay.
So here is another white, right?
Is this going to be?
This is going to be Marsanne, Roussanne.
Viognier?
No Viognier.
No Viognier.
No. It could be because it's right on that southern tip. So Saint Joseph extends a long way, and some of it overlaps in Condrieu. But this producer here for his Creux Hermitage, Saint Joseph. I mean, this guy produces really, really great wine. So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this guy here.
Put it on the list. I'll be honest and tell you, I was just having this conversation with my wife. The whites of the Rhone, I might be having the problem I just told people. I haven't given up. I've tried a dozen. They don't hit with me. Moussan, Roussanne. I just haven't found ones that hit with me.
I need when you open up that Chateau du Pas for me, I need to bring I got some bottles from this guy, his whites.
Okay.
They're so amazing, Rob.
Okay.
You really have to try these wines.
Let's do that then. Let's jump to 94. This is our only Austrian wine in the list, and great producer. I've had his wines. This is Bernard Ott.
Mm-hmm.
I've not had this wine, but you and I, if anybody's listened to our conversations, we love Gruner,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a Gruner Veltliner. Looks
Yep.
like a single vineyard. Is it?
Yeah, I would think either that or this is just his cuvee.
Okay.
Yeah,
$33. It might be a little higher on that higher side. That's one of the reasons I thought it might be a single vineyard too. But man, I'm curious. I really want to try this because I think Gruner Veltliners are delicious.
yeah, no, they definitely should be on the radar. And I didn't even look. I know we went through the whole list, but is this the only? You said this is the only Austrian on this thing? Wow,
Only one. A little surprising, huh?
yeah, because there's so many great wines from
I
here.
know. I know.
Man.
I do want to jump to 99 because we're going to go right back to the Loire Valley, and they just heard us talking about that. But this is a grape. When you talk about whites that can age, this is it, number 99. This is what we're going to finish up with. This is a grape that a lot of people don't know about. My wife and I just took one to a dinner the other night, and it was a 2004 and drinking beautifully.
Wow, a 2004 recently.
Yeah, just opened it.
Wow,
Yeah,
and it
like
was still
last week.
Really?
Oh.
What did everyone say?
Just me and my wife. We went to dinner.
Okay,
alone.
okay.
I don't share those with people. No, I absolutely would. It was after the rodeo judging on Friday night. She wanted to go to an Asian place. And I said, you know what? Get this 7 years out of the fridge. And she was 2006. And I'm like, no. Pull one of the 2004s. And so she pulled it and we took it for dinner. And she was like, oh my God, this is so good. Yeah. Tell everybody what grape this is.
Oh, Chenin Blanc.
Chenin
man.
Blanc.
Yeah. No, this is really great. Although this is probably, Premier Cru, Grand Cru
Yeah.
of Chenin Blanc, right? But, anything from Sauvignon is just a drier style of Chenin Blanc, right? But, right across the river, you get some more, which is another appellation that it can also
Some
be.
good Cab Francs.
Cab Francs is delicious from there.
Somebody sold me one not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? The the Champigny? Yes,
Yeah.
Sauvignon Champigny. That you won't be disappointed.
Okay. You guys heard it.
You won't be disappointed. And when we tasted that wine,
Yeah.
we were all blown away.
Yeah.
So I hope you have the same reaction. as
Oh,
we
I'm
had.
sure I will. Cab Franc, one of my favorite grapes. Go ahead. You're going to say something.
And based on this Sauvignon, it's another wine that's meant to age.
Well, that was going to be my question to you, and we'll finish up
Can
with
be
this.
drunk now. Could be
Can
drunk
it?
now.
Because I never drink these, less than probably 10 years. Can you drink it in that 3, 4, 5? And is it delicious?
Yes,
or?
these wines are amazing.
Okay, I need to try one young. That didn't sound right. I need to try this wine at a younger age because I've never have. I've always had them, like I said, 10 to 20 years is kind of where I've lived.
And bounce around with like I said, some more, being another place for some high quality Chenin Blancs as well.
Yeah, I need to do that. Well, buddy, that's our list. This is Wine Spectator's Top 100. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our little, input on what we think about this list. Some great wines. And my biggest thing that I enjoy about these lists is what you said, Jaime, the hunt. There's wines that, the world of wine is so big. Mm-hmm. And to try to get things on your radar that you want to go try, man, you don't know what you don't know. And so when these lists come out and we look for that category, that kind of criteria that we like, which is, in a certain price point that we think it has the potential to punch up as a wine, right. That's what I'm pulling out of this list and I'm going to go look for. So I'm really excited to shop for a lot of these wines.
Yeah, no, this is a great, like I said, whatever the criteria is for the Wine Spectator, they're doing a good job. They built a huge following.
Yep.
I mean, I look forward to this list every year.
Let's do a little tease. You and I are going to find our 2 wines each off of this list. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to do another show where we pop them, pour them, drink them, talk about them.
Okay.
See what we think. Did they meet the expectation?
Right.
Are we glad we got them? Are we glad there's 18 more in the fridge?
Yes. And are these wines we don't want to share with friends?
Is there such a thing? I always want to share.
I know. I always.
You're the
do.
same way.
No, I love to share. I will because I want the reaction.
I will tell you, I have some criteria. I'll share certain wines with certain friends. Let me say it that way. You have to have a level of, I'm exploring. You don't have to be like me or you, but you have to at least want to try and learn and kind of experience a wine. If you just go, pour me something, give me whatever you got, I'm not sure I'm going to pour you a really nice one, but I'll pour you something that's good. But I do have some criteria for who I'm going to share what with. Is that fair?
Yes. And I think what I like to do too is I like to watch their reaction, like facial expression. Like, hey, do they enjoy it as much as I did? Was that initial reaction like mine?
That's why I asked you to, I'm going to come get some more of that wine that's in your glass. Because I got a couple of these from you. I popped one with my wife last night, and she was like, holy cow. I said, let me text Jaime. How good is that wine?
Oh, it is amazing.
It's a Barbaresco.
Yes, it's amazing. It's really delivering on everything of my criteria.
Oh, absolutely. Single vineyard.
Oh, fruit forward, balance. The tannins are there, but it's not aggressive.
Starting to get some tertiary notes. Just beautiful wine.
It is. It's very nice.
Beautiful wine. Well, everybody, we really appreciate you joining us on this episode of Bottles and Bites Without Borders. And until our next episode, keep exploring the world, one bottle and one bite at a time. Jaime, always enjoy it, man.
Man, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Always a good time. We'll see you guys on the next one.